In what may have been one of the most interesting moments in last night's RNC convention, Ted Cruz, who is a loathsome individual, gave a speech. Now, during this speech, he had an opportunity to throw his support officially behind Donald Trump. So what did he do? Well, let's take a look at the end of his speech that he gave last night.
We will unite the party, we will unite the country by standing together for shared values, by standing for liberty. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America.
You hear the boos for Ted Cruz over there. Jake, he congratulated Donald Trump on winning the nomination. And you see Donald Trump over there just walk into the hall. These people are pretty much disappointed they did not hear a robust endorsement of Donald Trump.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Here, like, he was building up to it. It seemed like he was building up to it. Let's unite the party under freedom. Bye, everybody. Fuck you. Crowd did not like that. In fact, they were pissed. Like, here's the thing, right? Previously, Ted Cruz had previously promised to support the nominee, the eventual Republican nominee. He didn't. And so Trump supporters, understandably, were pissed. Because, after all, this is Donald's convention, and Ted Cruz just pissed all over it. Amazing. This actually is probably one of the most amazing things I've seen at a convention, because we've never seen anything like this before. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, why did he do that? Why did Ted Cruz go this route? Well, Cruz claims that it's because Donald went after his wife, Heidi Cruz, and he was standing up as a man of principle to defend his wife. In fact, let's look at him double down on this and give his reason.
I will tell you, when I stood on that debate stage, and they asked every candidate there, if you don't win, will you support the nominee? I raised my hand, and I raised my hand enthusiastically, with full intention of doing exactly that. And I'll tell you the day that pledge was abrogated. The day that was abrogated was the day this became personal. And as I said at the time, and I'm not going to get into criticizing or attacking Donald Trump, but I'll just give you this response. I am not in the habit of supporting people who attack my wife and attack my father. And that pledge was not a blanket commitment that if you go and slander and attack Heidi, that I'm going to nonetheless come like a servile puppy dog and say thank you very much for maligning my wife and maligning my father.
Okay, wow. That was pretty strong, right? Now, a lot of you might look at that and be like, wow, stand-up guy. Not so much. Because I kind of have a different theory. Yes, he was probably annoyed when they attacked his wife, but look, think about this. They're public figures at this point. They've got to get used to being mocked and having people go after certain people. I get that. It doesn't make it right, but I understand that that's part of politics, right? No, what this is about is actually this is about power. And Ted Cruz wants power. Now remember, he is the anointed one, the future king of America, so-called. Now Donald Trump, however, we know he's a disaster. And if he somehow wins, there's a good chance that he'll ruin the country in the next 4 years. And when that happens, in Ted Cruz's mind, I'll be there. I'll be there to run against him. Interesting. Now, as I said, this is my theory, this is my speculation, so I could be wrong. But I think that he didn't want to be on the record as supporting Donald Trump. Now, it's a gamble, right? If I'm right that this is a huge gamble, it's a big political gamble that in his mind sets him up for 2020. Now, I honestly don't know if this will end up blowing up in his face. It very well could, right? We'll have to see. But certainly, after this happened, Ted Cruz has been getting hammered by pro-Trump conservatives in the media and on Twitter. And he even spawned the hashtag, the Ted Wedding. Now, any Game of Thrones fan knows exactly what that's a play on. Now, I've got some reactions here on Twitter. I forget who tweeted this out. I don't have the graphic, but source tells Dana Bash, behind the scenes, people called Cruz a disgrace to his face. One state chairman had to be held back. Pete Schroeder tweeted in, Roger Stone, walking out of the convention center tells me Ted Cruz is a, quote, dumb son of a bitch who thinks he's smarter than everyone else. That's fun. Rosie Gray tweets in, just spoke to a source who says witnessed the head of the Washington delegation go bananas on Cruz and call him a traitor. Denali tweets in, asked a couple Ohio Republicans about the Cruz speech, quote, oh, fuck Cruz. Other guy calls speech disgusting. And for some official reaction that's actually on camera, I go to a video here from CNN of Peter King giving his thoughts about Ted Cruz.
Representative, tell me what you thought of that moment with Ted Cruz.
To me, Ted Cruz showed America what he really is. He's a fraud, he's a liar, he's self-centered, and he disqualified himself for ever being considered for president of the United States. He took a pledge to support the nominee. Tonight, this is the Ted Cruz that I've known, unfortunately. He cannot be trusted, and he's not a true Republican, he's not a true conservative, he's totally self-centered. Tonight, I never saw such outrage and anger on the floor as I saw Ted Cruz tonight, and he deserved every bit of it. He's a total fraud.
What about those who support Ted Cruz's message here tonight? Are they then not true Republicans or true conservatives either?
He should not be the one carrying that message because he's an untruthful person. You can't believe him. They should get behind someone who truly believes what they say. It's not so much his message we disagree with, it's him as a human being and as a person.
You told me earlier off camera you believe Ted Cruz was a disgrace. Do you stand by that?
He's more of a disgrace now than ever. Absolutely. He disgraced himself, he disgraced the party, and the party should never consider him again for office.
Damn, dude. Ouch. Look, this whole thing may not have been as brutal as a red wedding, but the Ted wedding, well, it's certainly not going to be forgotten anytime soon.